Okay, so I have 2 posts done that I'm going to share with you today.
Awesome.
The first post is the first one you'll see on my blog, which is sjcblogs.com/from. And it really talks about the evolution of my conferencing. And what I did was this summer, I wrote a piece that really talked about conferencing, what that looked like at the middle school level, going from 26 kids to 140 kids, and then really what that looked like with the technology piece and adding that in there. So if you scroll through here, I even showed some examples of what my conferencing actually looked like, and then kind of where I went at the middle school level with it. And then really I think the big thing of why I think is within the CA world, that's a huge piece of what we do in the workshop model. And really, when I'm looking at individual kids on a certain strand or a certain standard and how I can move them there, I've really found that conferencing to me in reading, I don't always write as much down because I remember what kids read a lot more than I'll remember what they write. And so when it comes to their writing conferences, that's when I'm really like paying attention. I think paying attention probably more into what I'm writing there. And then this was my second blog post. I actually got some comments on it, so that was kind of exciting.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got some good feedback. So
it really validated because it was actually a teacher in the building who commented on the blog and was like, hey, this is something that we don't ever really have a chance to get to talk about. And so it was nice to see your thinking on the stuff that's part of the workshop model anyway, that I don't think we touch on a lot. So that was good. So there was watching it, which is nice. That just makes you feel good. You have an audience. So, pat yourself on the back there.
Read what they wrote.
Absolutely.
And the comments are awesome.
Yeah.
Then you do get that validation of what I'm thinking maybe somebody else thought too.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. And then you're not always in left field, like you're not the Lone Ranger thinking about it.
Great.
Yeah. And then if we scroll down here, you're going to see another one of my blogs. And it is thoughts on student reflection. And really, I think this kind of takes me out, so instructional coach role here. How often do we stop and actually reflect on the work that we're doing as teachers and as students? And we had this challenge with the exhibition at the beginning of the year. We'd started that conversation, and really I started thinking, well, how am I going to get my kids to actually reflect? And so I did it in my classroom, and when I started to do it, I was like, oh my goodness, I needed some prompts. So that prompted me to look at the Bloom's the taxonomy of reflection, which follows Bloom's, which I know as a staff we've kind of looked at together here. And really I think that helped me focus my questions with my kids, but it also helped me just to reflect on what I'm doing every day. And this blog post got some I don't mean actual attention, but attention outside of the building by Dr. Dial. And let's just be honest, when I saw that she had commented on my blog, I sat up a little straighter and she wasn't even like around. But I think too there you got to think like, hey, people do watch it. And, she really took the time to actually say something productive about what I had said. And then immediately I was like, well, I got to respond something back. So I had to think about that a couple of times before I actually posted it out. But I think the next steps really with the reflection piece is thinking about in my classroom, how often do I have kids think about their learning and what they've actually learned? And try not, and I know this is so hard, but try not to wait until after we've done like a big paper or a big project and think about like, even if we do like something quick on semicolons, just have them think about, okay, what did I really get from this? So that'd be my next steps.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks for listening.
Yeah.